I got them live. Before I do Beelzebub, I'm gonna do it, but the guitar I'm going to use for it just broke a string on my last video. It's this Black Jim Jr. tuned to E. The others are tuned to E flat and D, and Beelzebub is tuned to E. So I'm going to use this one. But I figured I need to change the strings on it, so I figured I'd go live and do that in front of you guys. I just got tons of sleep just now. I got like, oh my gosh, like 10 hours of sleep just now. So I just woke up. I hope I can have time for a take this morning of Beelzebub. Not learning it this time, of course, but actually playing it. But I have to change strings because I need strings on the guitar that I'm going to use to play it on. So, and I figured, well, if I'm gonna change them, I might as well go live with you guys. So I'll change them live with you guys. So I use Ernie Ball Super Slinky 9 to 42s. I've heard that Ingrid Malmsteen and Steve Vai both use Ernie Ball strings. I'm not sure of the gauge, but they both use Ernie Ball. Two of my favorite players. And today would have been Alan Holdsworth's 79th birthday, August 6th. He was born August 6th, 1946. So he would have been 79 today. 50, 60, yeah, 79 today. Make sure that's right. Yes, 79. And today's also marks the second year of my being kicked out of Temecula Mall. So in 1 year from today, I'll be allowed to go back into the mall. So there's also that. I only have a year before I can go back to the mall. But then again, for what? So I can shop and spend a lot of money? I don't know. Didn't say I wanted to go back to the mall. I said I could. Pay attention. LOL. So I usually change the high string first for some reason. Do I do that? It's been a while since I've changed my strings. Yes, that's what I do. I know. I remember because they always put the low string on top, and I always have to reverse them because I go from I change the high strings first and then go to the low strings. I reverse the order that they give me, that they have them in. So I'm taking off the first string right now. This is very boring, but I figured I thought about it and I figured, well, I might as well go live and change my strings for you guys, with you guys. So it's one of the most boring things about being a guitarist is actually changing the strings you need to play the guitar that you're going to play. For some reason, that was good sleep. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's how it goes. I'm doing this correctly. Get this out of there. I apologize for the boredom. It's just the nature of changing strings. It's not exciting. So I'm going to listen to Beelzebub a couple times before I go live with it, just to make sure that I got all the details ironed out. And then I'm going to do a take or two or three, maybe 3 takes of it. I don't know. Maybe I'll just do 1. I don't know. I'll do a few takes of Beelzebub. It's not. I mean, it's Bill Bruford and it's Alan Holdsworth and it's Shepard. So of course it's going to be difficult. You know, that's like saying, well, this guy is probably going to be a color, but it's manageable if you do it piece by piece and you learn your stuff and you know what you're doing and you actually give it the attention it requires. You can actually learn Beelzebub. And I don't know anything about some tablature where it says it's 9/8. Of course, that could be a lie from you guys' point of view. I'm just making up shit to cover my tracks because I'm a secret closet tab user, huh? Whatever. Haters are going to hate. I mean, they're not going to do anything else. Haters are just going to hate. If they don't hate you for one thing, they'll either stop doing anything or they'll hate you for something else. They're not going to just suddenly like you. So it's futile to get them to do otherwise, or to try to get them to do otherwise. You know, just forget about it. Just let them be them. I don't have it on my phone. I don't have it on my Google search history. I don't have it on my YouTube search history, and I don't have it in physical form anywhere in my house or in my life. Some tablature for that. Why would I need it, first of all? I don't do that. Okay, now I put this in here like that. Okay, make sure it's in there really good, right? Yeah. Okay, get it in there good. I bought some cool red shoes yesterday. I went to Kohl's, and I only saw this. Only the first pair of shoes I saw. Only that I didn't buy that actual pair because it was a display model and it was not my size. Maybe it was. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't even. Yeah, it was a display model because it said the price on it. You don't buy that model, and it was not. But I found my size. I wear men's size 8, and I bought it, and they're really cute. I put a picture of me with those shoes on my TikTok and my Instagram. Yeah. So you got to make sure it goes under the string tree here. If you don't, it really screws things up for you. String trees are these things that that hold the strings down, help keep them in tune by putting pressure on them. You want it under that, not over it, right? So this is very boring to do this. I don't even like changing strings. I wouldn't want to be a guitar tech. Not that I could, because I'm not. I don't. I'd have to study more about that, of course. But I would not want to be a guitar tech. Okay. Like I would drive a car, but I wouldn't want to be a mechanic. You know what I mean? Oh, some people say I wouldn't drive a car. I actually owned a car for 2 years of my life. I owned a car from age 18 to 20 in my life. I just stopped driving it when I dropped out of college because I didn't care where I was. I didn't care if I was here or there or over there. I didn't care where I was, so why bother having a car to drive me somewhere I didn't care where I was? And next thing you know, I started walking and I could get anywhere I wanted to be anyway. And then I just kept doing that and never had to drive again. So that's that answer. If anybody wants to know, or if anybody even believes anything I say, LOL. Okay. There's a little piece where the string broke that you have to get out of there. It's just a little piece of metal. You don't want it floating around or getting stepped on. At least by me. No, I'm just kidding. That's a joke. And they're pretty good when you haven't. Man, I get the metal out of there. Okay. And actually, but with Beelzebub, it actually is a very fun tune. Music can be hard and difficult and intellectual and still be good music. That was the fusion experiment. In the 70s and 80s. Can music that's actually good still be entertaining? And I loved fusion. Like I've said many times on my channel, I may have to use clamp to get these out of here. I have to grab something to get them out with. Notice I put my hand there in case it flipped up. It wouldn't go in my eye. I loved fusion. In fact, that's what I was doing. I was literally doing Alan Holdsworth stuff before Randy died. Well, not Randy died, but the tribute album came out, 1987. Ozzy put out the tribute album, and I had never really given Randy Rhoads much thought. I had Van Halen, I had Richie Blackmore, I had Jimi Hendrix. There was enough players to keep up with when you're just starting guitar at age 15 in 1982 without Randy Rhoads. There was lots of things to keep me interested and occupied. And I just missed him. I just missed it. Okay, Randy came and went. Okay, that's great. Isn't that great? But it turned out I started playing guitar the exact time of the year and the year that Randy actually died. In fact, it's possible I might have started guitar on the day Randy died. It's not impossible because it's the same year, same season. It was like spring/summer of 1982. And if it happened to be March 19th that I was sitting in the back of that car with the guitar on my lap, and then one word went back from the back of my head to the front of my head, the word play, then I might have started playing guitar the day Randy died. I don't know that. I never will. But it's not impossible. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I played the year before, the year after, or some other time. It was around that time. And then Tribute came out, 1987. And I was just fucking floored, man. I just dropped Alan Holt with like a sack of beans or something, you know. I just, for some reason, my mind just shifted back to rock and roll heavy metal where I started before I got into Alan Holdsworth. And I was just back in the rock and roll track. And it's not inconceivable. I mean, you know, in the universe, in the infinite universe we live in or don't live in or whatever, that I might even go revisit that some. You know, this might be the example of that. You know, I'm back into Bill Bruford now, and no, I never learned Beelzebub. Yeah, no, I never did. I never learned Beelzebub. I might have learned the solo as a kid, but I never learned the song, and I don't even know if I learned the solo. I'm not really remember. I probably did, but I probably didn't care too much. It wasn't one of his weirdest ones. But I might even the fact that I'm doing Beelzebub might be a return to the Alan Holder thing, at least on some level, at least to some extent. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I can't say no, I'm not, because what do I know? You know, how do I know? But you know, it's not guaranteed. You know, I'm not saying by doing Beelzebub that suddenly I'm Mr. Fusion dude again. I'm not saying that. I'm just doing it because I like the song. So there's that, right? That's two out of 6. I noticed I had to hesitate. How many strings are there on the guitar? Yeah, it's 2 of them, at least in there. They're not tuned, but they're in. They're in. So that's not too bad of timing so far. I'm making pretty good time, guys. Right? I wait. The way I do my guitars is I wait till a string breaks and then I change them all. That's how I do it. I don't like changing them, so I let a guitar go basically until it breaks a string. That's my sign. That's its sign to me that it's ready to get the string changed. And I don't just change that one string. I change all of them. Dang. Remind me not to be a mechanic. I'm not that klutzy. Just tighten the string tree on that one. That's good. Okay, so. Anyway, so today's an interesting day. 8 months from today, I'll be 59. So I'll catch up to Alan Holdsworth within 20 years in 8 months, because we're going 4 months apart or 8 months apart, depending on which way you look at it. So you got a bunch of guitarists, including myself, born on the 6th. Think about it. Randy Rhoads, December 6th, exactly my birthday. Steve Vai, June 6th, my half birthday. Paul Gilbert, 11/6, my 1 month away birthday, exactly 1 month, same year. And Alan Holdsworth, August 6th. Oh, that's right. Alan Holdsworth's birthday is August 6th. This is April 6th. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I got 5 in 4 months. Alan Holdsworth would have been 79. Here's August 6th. This is April 6th. They're all like, it forms like an augmented triad in the years. Like 4-4-4. I'm 12/6. I can go back to them all on 4/6, and Alan Holdsworth was born on 8/6. Yes, he wasn't born on April 6th. He was born on August 6th. Sorry about that, guys, but it is 1 year from today that I can go to them all. But then it's also 4 months from today, Alan Holdsworth would have been 79. In 8 months from today, I will be 59. And in 1 year from today, I can go back to them all. I'm sorry about that misinformation. My bad. I'm sorry. I should have vetted my own mind. Jim, are you singing today? Well, watch out. Maybe I'm not. No, he was August 6th. It's all like well, there's actually in astrology that's actually a thing. All the fire signs form an augmented triad. All the air signs from an augmented triad, and all the water signs from an augmented triad, and all the earth signs from an augmented triad. And there's 4 of those triangle shapes in Zodiac, and 4 times 3 is 12. And then if you look at the diminished 7th shape in the astrological Zodiac chart, all the diminished 7th shapes are different signs, but the same type of sign, such as there's 4 mutable signs. But they're different. They're each one: fire, earth, air, and water. there's 4 different what do you call it? Fixed signs, but they're all different, elements. And there's 4 different cardinal signs, but they're all 4 different elements. So, and then 4 times 3 again is 12. So, and well, I say diminished seventh and augmented loosely. I don't mean that they really are. The astrological signs aren't really sounds, but if you put the chromatic scale or the circle of fifths, by the way, as a clock, like the Zodiac chart, it's the same pattern. So a diminished seventh would be, since I'm rattling on about this, diminished seventh would be one possibility. Pisces, Gemini, Virgo, and Sagittarius. Those are all the fire. No, those are all the mutable signs. Another diminished seventh would be, this is testing my brain here, if I have a brain, would be, let's see, Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, and Scorpio would be all the fixed signs. If I'm doing this right, there's a possibility I'm making a mistake here. And then the next one would be Capricorn, Aries, Cancer, and Libra would be all the cardinal signs, if I did that right. If I didn't, well, whatever. And that would make all 12 signs. You take it all together. And then the triad, the augmented ones would be all the ones that are the same element. So one would be Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo are all an augmented triad, and they're all fire signs. Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio are augmented triad, and they're all water signs. And Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra are all air signs. Sounds good. And then Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus are all earth signs. Yeah, I think I did all that right. I did it off the top of my head. I wasn't even planning on saying any of that, but whatever. Funny how if there was 13 of any of this, if there were 13 notes per octave, or there were 13 months in a year, like I've brought up those possibilities in some of my videos, things would go haywire, because 13 is not only an odd number, it's a prime number. So lots of problems would occur, even though the moon really does go around the earth 13 times a year, not 12. But they couldn't go with just that and sacrifice the neatness and the convenience of 12. It just wouldn't have worked. And which I finally realized on an actual video. I didn't really know it until I did the video, and then once I did the video, I figured it out in front of you guys, and then now I know it. So thanks for teaching me by having me try to teach you. Then I actually learned what I was doing by trying to teach you. But the Orientals have a saying: you can't learn without teaching and learning. You can't do one without doing the other. See how quick I was just there? I'm pretty quick, you guys. Someone threatened me, saying I'm going to lose some teeth because of being me. Well, they have to catch me first, and I'm pretty dang fast. So good luck with that. Just you got to catch me. You got to fool me to even get a chance to catch me. You have to get me in a position where you can catch me, and you've got to actually catch me, and then you've got to beat the crap out of me. So do your thing, haters. Okay. I'm on my 4th string here. Of course, when people threaten me like that, I don't threaten back, and I don't get scared. But what I do is I take a screenshot of it, I post it on my channels, and then I sometimes report it. I don't usually report it, but if it's actual direct threat, I sometimes do. But I take a screenshot of it and I post it for everyone to see what an asshole that person is. Correct? LOL? I mean, it's not funny, but that's true. Like, at least not only I can see them coming at that point, but so can everybody else, because I post it for everyone to see what a dickwad that person is. And some of them know who they are, I'm feeling. Though they think they're great. They don't think they're a dickwad, but they know I think they are a dickwad. Nobody thinks they're not. Everybody likes themselves, but that's healthy and that's good. But it can have a twisted side to it when people get to the point where everything I do is good because I'm me. That's a little bit. I don't dig that. You have to earn your own like too, and just like yourself because you're you, hands down. I like if I do anything I want because I'm just me and fuck everybody else. That's not healthy either. Not, at least I don't think it is. And haters are like that to me. To me, I think haters are a lot like that. They just think that they're justified in doing whatever because they're them. And that's a logical fallacy, I think. I mean, you can't just, everybody is that person, but that doesn't make everybody good. You can follow that logic, I think. Everybody, no matter who you are, you're who you are, but that doesn't make you good just because you just happen to be you and not somebody else. That's not a good argument logically. It also, well, never mind. I'm not going to go on about it. Okay, so I'm on the 5th string now. I'd rather be playing this guitar than than changing the strings. If you don't believe that, well then, you're not up to speed, are you? I don't like sitting here changing the strings. It's very, very boring. If anything, you guys have made it easier and funner because I have you guys to talk to while I do this. So I appreciate that. Dude, this one's in there tight. Yeah, that's gonna be hard. I mean, I don't want to break anything, but get it out of there, dude. Oh, it just came right out. After complaining about it for a second, it just popped right out. Okay. And this shows that I'm including you guys in my life by changing. I thought about whether I should go live changing strings and who cares, but I figured I'd include you guys. So that's just something on my part, I think. I don't have family. I've never met a blood relative in my life. I very likely never will. So you guys, my fans, are my family. The closest thing I have to family, which to me might as well be, I've never had a family. I'll never have to grieve some brother or some anybody because I never had it. You get that? I'll never have to grieve anyone like that. My grandpa Wiseman died and I never cried, not even to this day. He's the wisest man I ever met. Wisest man I ever knew, and I didn't even cry when he died, and I still haven't. So how about that? How about that for I suckness, huh? Right. Wasn't my real grandpa, even though he was the wisest man I ever met. So how do you explain that? I don't know. I just didn't. I didn't have to cry. I don't know why. I don't know everything. I just didn't have to. My dad died and I cried for 15 minutes hard, and that's it. That's all I did. That's all I ever did. Just cried for 15 minutes when my dad died. And he was also wise, but he was also a very key figure in my life and very, very much you guys know about him. Okay, I'm on the 5th string here. All right. I just thought I would go live changing my dang strings. What am I going to do? I was going to change them anyway, but it's funner to have you guys to go live with you guys than it is just to do it in a stupid room and just. Well, the room's not stupid. I shouldn't say that. Okay, so the 5th string. Mm-hmm. Without string winders, this would be a pain because you'd have to do all this, by hand. You'd have to do all this turning of the whatever the machine heads, whatever they're called. Okay. Some of these are loose. Some of these up here, these machine heads, like I was just saying, machine heads. Some of them are loose. So I'm going to tighten a couple. So you just go like this, tighten it up a little bit, tighten. Don't get poked by the strings. You know, I don't mind getting poked. For some reason, people think I'm this big wuss, but I don't even mind pain that much sometimes. I'm not a masochist. I don't enjoy pain. I don't like causing pain to myself just to feel it. But when it comes, I just go, whoop. Oh, okay, that was cool. Whatever. I got hit in the face by really hard, and next thing you know, I'm just filming it on YouTube. I didn't go to a hospital and get it checked out, and oh well, I got hit. Let's hey, did you catch that? Let's go live. Oh, whatever. Okay, tighten those suckers a little bit there. All right, last string here, guys. I know why I'm good at handling pain, because what my dad put me through. That's it. I didn't put that together. He made pain like a reality. He made pain a reality show. Hey Jimmie, hey, check this out. Bam. Oh yeah, thanks, Dad. Did you get my lunch money? Okay, here we go. The strings are old, or were old, or are old. These things are bad. When I break the string, that usually doesn't happen until the strings are really worn out. Good news, they'll be brand new for the Beelzebub I'm going to do. Hopefully I get to do that today. I would like to do it this morning. I have to make sure I have it, just play it a few times, the CD, make sure I'm up for it, and then do it. Hopefully on this guitar, which hopefully it'll be ready to play, because I'm putting the strings on right now. I think you guys see that logic. Okay, yes. Last string here. All right, string up the last one. You guys want me to? I thought maybe you guys want to hear me practice a couple times to the thing before no, because it'll put a copyright. It'll give me a copyright strike if I show myself warming up to Beelzebub to the CD. It'll strike out this video as non-monetizable, and I don't want to do that. So I'm not gonna. You guys won't get to see that. I'm just gonna go over the CD a couple times, listen to it, make sure I have it, and then I'll go live and play the dang thing. So if I show that process, whatever video that's on won't be monetizable. They'll say, well, he used Beelzebub on that video. We have to take his money. Oh, and I want to thank one member. I just now found out you subscribed. That you became a member. I think you're called something like something about Guitar Metal God or Metal Hero or something. I thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate that. In fact, I subscribed to your channel. It has no videos on it, but I went to your channel and subscribed because you became a member. You became my first member of my channel, and I appreciate that. Okay. I titled it. What's the name of it again? It has to do with metal God or Rock and Roll Hall of Famer or something like that in the title of the person that became a member. Thank you for becoming a member. I didn't mean to not know that. I just saw it yesterday and I subscribed to your channel. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Now you get put the strings level with the whammy bar, and then just kind of manually tune them up a little bit. You know, make them tight enough to hold it in that position. Because if you whammy bar, floating tremolos are finicky. If you don't do it just right when you change the strings, it can take a week to get your guitar back into whack. And you know, who wants that, right? So tighten them to where it goes. Basically, rough guess that they all just hold it in that position. I'm holding it. See, I'm holding it level. Yeah, that was a nice move, Jim. Holding it level so that, you know, I think you get the point. What did I hit just now? Oh, that's all right. I'm very protective of my guitars. I don't like smacking them around. Okay. You're pretty much good there. Yeah, so it holds pretty good. Then let it go easily while you stretch it a little more, get it kind of level there. People put a block, like they put an eraser under there or something, but I just use the whammy bar. That's just what I do. I'm not a guitar tech like everybody knows. Okay, and then since I'm going to tighten this. Where's my it's over here. This one I didn't. I tightened it, but I want to tighten it again because I moved it a lot since then. Okay, fair enough. All right, so now do a little bit more of the tightening process. I don't have perfect pitch, so I have to tune to a tuner. I can't just hear a note and go, that's an E. I don't have that ability. That's almost a rhyme. It is a rhyme, actually. Okay, so I have this chromatic tuner right here. Okay. I need a chord for that. I'll use this guy here. I want to take this time to shamelessly advertise. I got that word from Steve Vai. He said he liked to say he was shamelessly advertising on his videos. The Raderator. This is the pedal I use for my distortion sound. Okay, so I'm plugging into my chromatic. This is a Boss chromatic tuner. I plug into the tuner. It doesn't have a battery in it, so I have to plug it into a source, a power source. I don't know which is okay. So let's tune the sucker up. Oh, these guys can go back in the little thing where I keep all my Allen wrenches and string guitar ticky things go in this little thing. Okay. All right. So make sure that I'm in tune here. Tighten this a little. That didn't help. Okay. All right. That's an F. I want to go down to E. And that's it. That's it. Oh. Well, that's correct. Close enough. I tune relatively by ear, meaning I can know the relative pitches. I just have to know where to start, like where the E actually is. Once I'm tuned, once I know one string, I can tune all the rest by ear. Make sure that's still correct, because I might have changed the E a little bit. Let's see if that's still, oh, of course, got to plug it in again. Let's do it again, make sure E is right about there. Make sure that's correct. Fair enough, it is. And then all the rest, relative tuning, I can do fine. Relative pitch is very different and more important than perfect pitch, whatever why they call it that, is whatever. Not bad. Okay, I hope to go live with Beelzebub soon. Love you guys. Peace, love, and rock and roll.